Welcome, food travelers, to another episode here in Washington State. In this episode, we're sharing our experience dining at the Kanishka Cuisine of India. There's actually two locations, one in Redmond, and this one is their second location in Des Moines. And Des Moines is actually located about 10 minutes south of the SeaTac International Airport. And on their website, it's a little confusing there. So on their website, it says it's open from 10 a.m. to about 2 a.m. for the Des Moines location. And on Yelp, it was showing that it was open actually from 10:30 a.m. to 2 a.m. But when I got there on the glass door, it said it was only open from Monday to Sunday from 10:30 to 2. But since I was there specifically for the lunch buffet, and I did call in advance too, and I wanted to make sure it was open for the days that I was planning to go. And when I got there, the lunch buffet is only open from 11:30 a.m. to 3 p.m. And if you got there before 11:30, you can't actually go in. So that whole part of the opening hours was really confusing to me. And because this one is located south of the airport, it's actually located inside the Four Points by Sheraton Hotel. And before entering this restaurant, I actually did check with the hotel front desk to make sure that the parking is free and that you can park inside the actual hotel itself. Because when I got to the parking lot, it actually showed signs everywhere saying that it's guest hotel parking only. So I did want to make sure that was okay before I started eating or I'll come back out without a car.
So Micah, was this place like a permanent buffet, or is it kind of like one of those spots where they kind of set it up, like kind of like how hotels usually are, where they'll have a breakfast buffet and they'll set things up to have the buffet, and then once breakfast is over, they'll remove everything and it becomes like just a normal room. Is this what this place is in this case, since it is located at the hotel, and it kind of looks like there's some not so permanent kind of like dish areas where at least they can move it around.
Yeah, I believe so, because when I got there, they were seating most of the guests in the front section of the restaurant where the bar and everything, and they're trying to fill that part up as much as possible. I believe only the back section, I think they're sharing with the hotel, where it's, I guess, like the ballroom or conference room that you guys can call it. And that's where they set up the buffet section. I believe during the weekdays, it will be similar to Redmond location, where you're just ordering off the menu. And it's kind of surprising. I actually been to both of these locations, both one in Redmond and the one in Des Moines, and it didn't quite connect the dots when I was looking at the buffet section. I was thinking, oh, this is like a different Indian restaurant that I'd never been to. But after going there and talking to my friends a little bit about that, they're like, hey, we actually been to the Redmond before, and that one was pretty good too. I did check and make sure that Redmond did not have a buffet. That was something that I know was kind of confusing for a lot of people, was if it was available. And at the time of this recording, it was actually only $30 a person before tax and tip, and you pay after you finish your meal.
So how was the food in general? Like I know for you and me, we've been to quite a few Indian buffets now. We went to one in Las Vegas over at the Rio. We also been to one in Vancouver, British Columbia. And I really liked that one, the one that was in British Columbia. I thought that one was just the layout, everything in the food, and especially the naan bread that they had. I really enjoyed that. I guess in your opinion, kind of what did you think between that and at least Tandoori Flame, which is the place in Vancouver that I liked? How would you compare the food between the two?
Yeah, so I think for Washington State, this one has a pretty large selection. The layout was pretty good in general for this buffet. But in comparison to the one in British Columbia, that one is definitely by far a huge, like, it felt like it was like a Vegas style buffet. It was huge. It was not really a good comparison to this one. But in comparison to the real one, this one is by far much larger. So this is kind of falls in between both of them. And I actually got here right at the opening, and there was already a line of people coming in. And as you see in the video, showing like the room environment, there's already like a few seats taken up on this side of the restaurant. There's actually a different side towards the back, and that's closer to the bar section, and that part is mostly full. And as I was eating here, it got pretty full overall. One thing I really wish this buffet offered was the garlic naan bread. I felt like the garlic naan bread that I had at the Redmond location was really good. We ordered a whole bunch of that when we were there, and that was really enjoyable. I know you really like the garlic naan bread as well, and it just adds extra flavor to the naan. This one they did bring out quite frequently in batches, so it was pretty fresh towards the second half of the eating. When I got there, I felt like it was kind of on the colder side because I think they're just getting everything ready and prepped for the day.
Yeah.
So some of the items that I got here, Simon, I just want to mention real quick is I did get this chicken tandoori. It was very delicious and there was a lot of flavor. It was not dry as you see in the video. It's really juicy. It's really tender. You can still see the juice oozing out of it. And the soup that I got was the tangy tomato soup. I thought that paired really well with the naan bread.
Yeah, the naan bread, that's one of my favorite things to eat. One of the things I really do is I like having the chickpeas, some kind of curry chickpeas, usually with the naan bread. I really like that combination. So in this case with the naan bread, it's not made to order. They just kind of bring it out. Because with the place in Vancouver, Tandoori Flame, you can see them actually cooking the naan bread inside the little oven that they have there, and then you can see how fresh it comes in. And then even at the Royal India Buffet over at the Rio in Las Vegas, that one was made to order. So they would actually, the server would come in and you would tell them what you wanted, either the plain naan or the garlic naan or butter naan, and they would come in and they'd bring that and make it fresh. So for both of those places, the naan was actually very good, and I like that. Was this kind of similar? Was it made to order, or was it just it came out as they finished?
Yeah, so this was not made to order. This was just like any other buffet. When it's empty in the tray, they'll bring out another batch and refill it. So you just kind of have to watch for that if you want the freshest naan bread there. And for the dessert, I actually got this mango vanilla pudding that I really enjoyed. It was really thick, pudding-like texture, and it had a lot of mangoes, which is what I really like about it. And when I first got there, I was actually talking to the server or one of the workers there, and I asked him if this was the dessert section, or he said, no, this is appetizer. I'm like, what? This is not appetizer. This looks like dessert to me.
Well, at least appetizer or dessert, as long as it's good and it tastes good, that's always a good thing to have. And as you know with me, like mango, I really do like mango, but there's always just like something with mango, especially for me. I find as mangoes get exported or they're shipped long ways, the flavor just kind of goes, and I find they tend to be more sour, especially mangoes in the US. I find them more sour or not as flavorful. And luckily I'm in Southeast Asia, and so there's like the most delicious mangoes. But yeah, definitely that's good that the mango flavor is good, because definitely with my mangoes, I know for myself I'm very particular with that flavor.
Yeah, definitely. You're definitely lucky to have those sweet mangoes there. But overall, I think this is a great buffet if you're looking for an Indian buffet in Washington State. And to wrap up the episode are the notables. Unfortunately for this one, there are none.
If you've enjoyed the content you've seen, don't forget to support the channel and hit like and subscribe. And if you want to see additional pictures of food and our travels, go over to our Instagram page and follow us there. And thanks for watching.